is enough said.
Happy Friday, Heat Nation! Happy weekend time! It is your boy Ernest, and I am back with another Miami Heat Talk video. I want to take a moment, you guys, to say thank you so much because last night we hit another milestone. Last night we hit 4,000 subscribers. So I want to take a moment to thank every single person that clicked that little red button. But this train ain't over, y'all. We on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So if you ain't subscribed yet, help your boy out and click that little red button. Now, let's get ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Yesterday was a big day, you guys. The Miami Heat had a really good day when it came to drafting a second-round player and also getting some undrafted talent. Gave you guys 3 videos yesterday. I mean, it was a crazy day. Thank y'all so much for the support and the love. Now, the Miami Heat yesterday, we were able to trade down from pick 43 to 44. We were able to get Pelle Larsson. Some people were great with that. Some people were not so good with that. I liked it. I mean, I know I called him like a Duncan Robinson 2.0. I know he doesn't shoot as much attempts for threes as Duncan Robinson. But in this Miami Heat system, you can take, I guess, like a okay player. And this Miami Heat system takes okay players and turns them into quality role players. Look at guys like Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson. All these guys were undrafted players. All these guys were cast off on other teams. They come to the Heat. The Heat's developmental system makes them better. So that's why undrafted players and second-round players spark a little more attention when it comes to the Miami Heat. And last night, I think Miami Heat got the steal of the draft. A second round, a guy that was projected to go in the second round wasn't even drafted at all. Kashad Johnson. Keshad Johnson is a 6'7" wing, 225 pounds. He looks like he's NBA ready. Now, he's a teammate of Pelle Larsson in Arizona. So this is actually a great thing. You're getting guys who have chemistry already that are going to play together in this Miami Heat developmental system. That's a great thing to see because you know camaraderie is a big thing when it comes to basketball. And I mean, when you look at Kashad Johnson's numbers, you guys, I have no idea why this guy went undrafted. The Miami Heat had Kashad Johnson on their board for weeks now in the second round. They took Pelle Larsson, which confused me, but that's because they noticed that nobody else was taking Kashad Johnson. So they ended up swooping him up in the undrafted free agency. That's going to be a big mistake by a lot of teams, you guys, because when you look at Kashad Johnson's numbers, you guys, every single year he's gotten better. But his most recent season was the very best. And look, you guys, this is another senior. This is exactly what we spoke about yesterday with Pelle Larsson. This is what the Miami Heat loves. 4-year developmental players that are ready to play in the system now because they have what it takes. They understand the hustle. They understand the drive. They understand what it takes to be in this Miami Heat system. It works. So you bring guys like this in this Miami Heat culture, they're just going to get better. Now, last season, I think Kashad Johnson had a great year for Arizona. He played 36 games, averaged about 28 minutes a game. He averaged 11.5 points per game, his best ever. 6 rebounds a game, 2 assists. This dude is a defensive beast. He averages a steal a game, almost a block a game, 53% from the field, a whopping 39% from the three-point line. His best ever. He was usually hovering around 33, 26%, but he knocked it out the park last year. He improved his game. This is a guy that gets better and better. And he's also a very complementary 3-and-D player, which is very important in the NBA. You don't know what's going to happen with Haywood Highsmith. You know that Caleb Martin's leaving, but rumors are that the Miami Heat and Haywood Highsmith are negotiating a deal, and that would be great. Bringing back Haywood Highsmith would be amazing. He's going to set the tone for a lot of these players. Haywood Highsmith is another undrafted player. You've seen the hustle with Haywood Highsmith, going from a bench warmer to a guy that gets like 5 to 10 minutes a game, became a quality role player, and even became a starter at some points. So this is something that he can show these undrafted players and get them put up. But one thing that I love about Kashad Johnson, you guys, and why I think he's the steal of the draft, he brings a lot of things that this NBA, like the way that the NBA is now, is perfect for a team. The dude can hit the three-point shot. He can defend multiple positions. And you know the Heat are going to make that better. This dude, another thing about him, he is incredibly athletic. Can jump off the gym, catch beautiful lobs, dunk all over your face. I've seen a few people say, like, oh, this guy reminds me of a smaller Amari Stoudemire. Yeah, but if I were to compare him to somebody in the NBA right now, it would be a Derrick Jones Jr. When I look at Kashad Johnson on this Miami Heat team, I'm thinking 2017, 2018 Derrick Jones Jr. A guy that can come out, give you anywhere from 6 to 9 points a game, average about 3 to 4 rebounds, 2 assists, can hit the three-point shot, and then can dunk that ball all over anybody's face. That dude has an incredible leap. Athleticism is something that we were looking for. And I love what Miami Heat did in the draft because they basically attended to all their needs. You had size with Kel'el Ware in the first round. You got shooting with Pelle Larsson in the second round. You got athleticism from Kashad Johnson with an undrafted player. I mean, it was a perfect draft for the Miami Heat. I understand that people were giving the Kel'el Ware a B- pick. That's a huge mistake. I'd give it a straight A+. And I know I'm being biased here, you guys, but it's because the Miami Heat addressed the need that they had for years. Size. You got that with Kel'el Ware. You got a shooter in Pelle Larsson. You got an athletic player in Kashad Johnson, but the Heat weren't done after that, y'all. No. We also picked up Zyon Pullin from the Florida Gators. Zyon Pullin is a 6'4" guard, incredible slasher. I was watching highlights on this dude. He gets to the basket so easily. He averaged about 15.5 points a game last year for the Gators, 3.9 rebounds a game, 5 assists a game, 44% from the field. He did average 45% from the three-point line. That number looks amazing, but it was on really low attempts. So he does need to develop the three-point game. He's a 6'4" guard. He can not only get to the basket and score, you guys, and I love his quickness, but he can also distribute the ball very well. I saw him always being able to find the open players. And that's the one thing, like the one thing that Zyon Pullin would do is something I see a lot from these Miami Heat players. You constantly see guys like Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Terry Rozier. They'll drive to the basket, jump in the air, try to make a shot, and kick it to the open guy. That's exactly what Zyon Pullin does a lot with his passes. So I think he's going to fit in this Miami Heat system. He also has nice handles. He's a 6'4" guard. It's like I've mentioned before, the Miami Heat do kind of need a backup point guard. Hint, hint, Russell Westbrook, that $5.2 million mid-level exception. Just saying. But I think one more thing that the Miami Heat needs to address is to have an actual backup point guard. I don't want to see I don't want to see Patty Mills back on this team. I don't mind if you re-sign DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright can be a backup point guard, and he's an incredible defensive guard as well, but you need more besides that. What if Terry Rozier misses some games? You need somebody to start for him. You can plug Tyler Hero, but you need a backup there. Getting a guy like this is good. Now look, there's a possibility that Zyon Pullin and Kashad Johnson don't even make the team. They're both on two-way contracts. I think Kashad Johnson is going to be the guy. Keshad Johnson, in my opinion, you guys, is going to be the next Caleb Martin, Haywood Highsmith. He's going to be the next wing that is the developmental prodigy for the Miami Heat. And that's what we do. Caleb Martin wants the bag. Okay, Caleb, thank you for what you've done. See you later. Here you go, Haywood Highsmith. But don't worry, Haywood Highsmith. You're in Caleb Martin's role right now, but now we got Kashad Johnson to be in your role. This is what the Miami Heat does, you guys. And this is the reason why Heat fans are excited. Because I understand that other franchises will be, why are you making a video about an undrafted player? Nobody cares about an undrafted player. Well, the Miami Heat always turn chicken shit into chicken salad. You've seen that constantly. You've seen what we've done with undrafted players since Keith Askins in the early 90s. Keith Askins, Udonis Haslem. There was even more players in the 90s right now, but I can't remember. I know some of my old heads, you're going to throw some names in the comments, so help your boy out. But those are two names that pop up, Keith Askins and Udonis Haslem. But then, Vashawn Leonard, another undrafted player that came from the CBA. Isaac Austin, who became the NBA's most improved player in 1997. And then even later on, we turn chicken shit, like I've mentioned, into chicken salad. This Miami Heat team does big stuff with undrafted players because of our developmental system. So Heat Nation, I want to hear from you. What do you guys think about the draft for Kashad Johnson? What do you think about Zyon Pullin? I'm very excited for Keshad Johnson. I think he's going to be that next developmental project for the Miami Heat. And in 2 to 3 years, we're going to be talking about Kashad Johnson like we do talk about Caleb Martin and Haywood Highsmith now. Maybe even sooner. Zyon Pullin, I want to see more. I want to see him in Summer League. I want to see what he can do in training camp. And I want to see what he does in the preseason. Because I'm not, it's up and down with Zyon Pullin. But you never know. He could be that guy. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, Heat Nation. Don't forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe. We are officially on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much again for giving me 4,000 subscribers, y'all. I mean, my brother and I started this channel a few years ago as ER Sports. We took a break for a few years because of the pandemic. And then last year, I brought back the channel in the offseason during the whole Damian Lillard situation. And you guys took me from 400 subscribers to 4,000 subscribers in 1 year. And y'all don't know how tremendously blessed and humbled that makes me feel. I said it in the live chat, but I'll say it again. Thank you guys so much for everything you've done. You are taking a guy that had an idea and a dream, and you're turning it into a reality. From the bottom of my heart, from me, my wife, Amy, my kids, thank you to each and every one of you. I love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. More videos are coming, and that's enough said. Let's go Heat.